Shalom Yasharallah, this your brother Dawud Daw from GMS Tampa Bay 07, coming at you with this here truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praises unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakar Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught me this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you, Akim, that's pushing this truth with sincerity on the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions. Alright? I'm going to jump back into this here news update, dealing with the bombing going on over in Syria, we're going to get into, this is just a quick overview. I'm going to show some of these here videos. I'm going to read these here comments, we'll see where this leads to, over the, the next couple hours till tomorrow, Should make for a good day on the highways and the byways tomorrow, man. Just think about all the righteous men who are going to be out on the highways and the byways chanting down Babylon in a time like this, man. We at the very end of this thing, man. Hey, man, it's about to be to the point to where everybody, just think about, what is that place called? Puerto Rico, right? Now, before the hurricane in Puerto Rico, everybody was doing their own thing, they could ignore certain things here and there. They just going on about their business, I'm more worried about the football game, whatever's going on, But fast forward after the hurricane, everybody was forced to deal with that, They had to put everything else aside, what they was doing. Oh, I'm going to prom or dating this person or doing whatever the fuck you was doing, Oh, I'm building this little project or whatever you was doing. You had to put all that shit aside, and now you have to start dealing with, being without power, and all that devastation. Same with this, we getting to the point in time where everybody's going to have to sit there and put down all these so-called distractions and face the music, They're going to have to face these Israelites. They're going to have to face these Edomites. Okay, who the Edomites and who the Israelites? Who are these people that's out here in these so-called dresses that's over here talking about death to America? What's going on with all these problems? They're going to wake up one day to all these calamities, And the same thing is going on now with these missiles and all this stuff. Now they're going to, we don't know what next week is going to look like, We might be into one of those positions. It's locked in for the pop-ups. We got to get that out of here. But nevertheless, you don't know what next week and all these things are going to look like, We don't know if they're going to start retaliating or this and that. And, if people's lives are going to be changed over, the next couple of weeks over this, And we know we still have a couple more prophecies to take place. So we know that the missiles ain't going to start, like the nukes ain't going to start flying right off rip. So, but, we're coming into that time, where basically the whole, basically the devil going to be taking his mask off and just be running rampant, Ain't going to be no more questions of, they ain't going to be sitting here lying behind their little mask and shit like that, trying to be deceitful. They're going to just come out flat out and tell you, no, we just want to kill that nigga. We're going to go over there and blow his country up and take his shit, They're not going to be giving you the rhetoric of, oh, he's using chemicals on his people and all this and that win your minds over. No, he already got you in a trick bag. You don't even care about most of the shit anyway, But nevertheless, like, most people don't care about these stories, They don't see how close we are to the end of their whole fucking life and everything that they know of. All this is about to turn into a lake of fire over here. We're getting closer and closer to the end. Russia pleading with the American people that they realize what's going on before they goddamn be up under, nuclear rubble, a part of the nuclear rubble, They don't see these things that's happening, but yet these Americans still supporting, Trump and America. Go ahead, Donald Trump, push the button, do this, fuck them all up. They don't understand the dire situations they in. You don't have a superior military to Russia, especially with the shit that they got, You're not on the same par with them, so don't even try all that, But nevertheless, we're going to get into some of these videos of what's going on, I'm going to read through these captions first, and then we'll go back and watch some of these videos, It's only about maybe 3 minutes of total video of all of this. It says, first images of U.S.-led strikes on Damascus emerge. Okay? The first videos and photos emerged on social media showing what appeared to be strikes by the U.S., U.K., and France military in the Syrian capital. All right? Now, this is all just coming out, because when I was actually leaving for work earlier today around 2 o'clock, in the afternoon, I had briefly heard, on, what do they call it, AMTV, because the times that we in right now, you got to be watching these things, AMTV, which is alternative media news, or alternative TV, whatever, it's alternative news, it's called AMTV, with Christopher Green and them. They was talking about, they was talking about just the build up of all these things like that, and, they had got, a glimpse of something saying they're actually bombing, France, was already bombing over in Syria, but there was no confirmation at that point in time, Fast forward to about 9:30 tonight, Donald Trump is, exposing to everybody else, Says, Syrian state TV reported that that Syria's missile defense. Okay, now Syria's missile defense is what? They're using Russia's S-300, and they might be using the S-200 still, the S-300 and the S-400 over there, all right? So you're about to basically, what you're seeing basically is the matchup between Russia and America, the technology and capabilities that they have with one another, all right? So it says, you know, this is like a trial run to see, you know, make sure everything is online, everything is working properly. It says the first Syrian state TV reports Syria's missile defense system defense shot down 13 missiles south of Damascus. So I believe it was 15 of them that was shot off. I'm not sure. Like I said, this is all just coming out. But I believe I read somewhere it was 15 missiles. So if 13 of them was shot down out of 15, only 2 of them made it. You know, your percentage is not too good, you know. Showing you that Russia's military equipment is far more superior than yours, you know. Says the chairman of the United States Army Joint Chiefs of Staff, Joseph Dunford, however, said that he is not aware of any missiles were intercepted. Yeah, of course they're gonna try to say FaceTime us. Nah, all our missiles hit all our targets. We don't know what you're talking about. Shit got shot down. Says adding that the military has yet to assess the operational data. He confirmed that manned aircraft were involved in the airstrikes that hit 3 facilities in Syria that the U.S. claims was part of the chemical weapons program. One of the targets was a scientific research center in the greater Damascus area. Okay, now when we look at these videos, you gotta understand that this is just like in Iraq. They not bombing out in the fucking desert or no shit like that, or no real military shit like that. They bombing in a civilian populated like city. Okay, despite what these motherfuckers is telling you, they're not gonna have no goddamn. Think about here in America, you don't have a nuclear power plant nowhere really near where people live at. It's not downtown in the middle. You don't go to your downtown major city and see a nuclear power plant like that. These shits is far off in case you have a meltdown or anything like that goes go wrong. Let alone a chemical facility where you make chemical weapons and shit like that, you know, or arms depot. You don't have that downtown in your major city, you know. Says especially when you live in a country where there's a lot of desert. Come on, that just don't make no sense. One of the targets was a scientific research center in greater Damascus area. Dunford said the second was a chemical weapons storage facility in the vicinity of homes, which, according to Dunford, housed sarin and chemical weapons precursors. And how do you know that was in there unless you was in there looking at the shit? Which, if you went in there and looked at the shit and investigated the shit, why didn't you take it out or say something about it back then? All right. It says the third target was also located near homes and was identified by the general as a Syrian army command post and storage facility. Okay, the U.S. military action in Syria was a one-time shot, U.S. Defense Secretary James Mattis said during the Pentagon press briefing, adding he did not rule out further actions by the U.S. if the Syrian government decides to mount chemical weapons attacks in the future. Okay, so, you know, through their little so-called wording, like I said, we'll see how this all unrolls, you know, because we don't know if Russia's retaliating and then there's a conflict or whatever, whatnot, you know, but, you know, from the wording they saying, oh, we just hit a couple targets and then that was it, we out, you know. The U.S. used about double the number of weapons that U.S. forces deployed during last year's strike on the Sarat airfield, Mattis said. In that strike, 59 Tomahawk missiles were fired at al-Sharat airfield in Syria in response to alleged chemical attack in Idlib province. So if they said it was double, so they shot off more than 15 missiles. All right, so we're going to get into some of these videos, you know. I want to play 1 and 3. Well, 2 and 3, actually. We'll play all of them. They're not that long. They're about, you know, a couple of seconds long. Okay, as you see all these city lights and stuff, just like your regular downtown. Those are the missile defenses. Okay? But these people are bombing. Okay, America's over here bombing into basically where civilians are, you know? You wouldn't have all these lights and stuff around a big major military complex like that. It's kind of hard to hide the shit like that, you know? Okay, here's one video. Here's a picture right here. Okay. Now, this was a good video. Oh, I think it was 1 and 3. One of them where they was like, you goddamn Americans. How do I get the video to come back up? Oh, let's not do that. Yeah. Slovakia. I think there was another video in here I wanted to play. I thought it was 3. Alright, here's the other video. This is the longest one. I think it's like a minute long. Okay, and so you see, as people are filming this from what looks to be like a high-rise apartment and stuff like that. You know, they're not sitting here bombing no military bases and no shit like they say that they're doing. I thought there was another video I wanted to hit. Oh, this might be the video right here. Okay, yeah, I had clicked on the wrong one.
Here is a new air defense missile just fired. God bless you. God bless you. Like those American bastards.
Those American bastards. Alright, so you see how these other people feel about these goddamn Americans, okay? We're not even going to call them Americans, these Edomites, alright? These other countries don't have a problem with Americans. You go to Iran and shit like that, they're not mad with Jake, you know? So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. We ain't the ones bombing and invading countries. We captives over here, alright? So when they say these Americans that they talking about, you so-called Israelites need to get up off of that. Oh, they're trying to kill us Americans, these terrorists. The terrorists, so-called terrorists, ain't trying to kill you. You're not a valuable target to them. You ain't got no negotiation leverage for America. They don't give a fuck about you. These Edomites they trying to get at. That you ain't did shit to them like that, you know? Here's another video. And I think there was one more video somewhere. But nevertheless, they said that was in Damascus. I think there was one more with the clips. Yeah, but nevertheless, you know, this just, you know, what's going on right at this moment as we speak, you know. So when we get more information on this, you know, we'll bring it out. And we'll let you know and keep you updated what's going on about these airstrikes that's going on over in Syria, you know, and what's going to come after this, you know. The important part about all of this is, you know, this isn't saying, you know, oh, Yahushua coming tomorrow or this and that. Nah, these are the signs. This is like the parable of the fig tree, all right? You're starting to see basically, you know, they talk about a fig tree and this and that, but, you know, some Jake don't understand about harvest season and this and that for certain things. But all Jake know about when they see that damn gas light come on in their car, they know what that shit is signaling. Meaning your ass need to put some gas in the car for your ass to be walking, right? So when you see this gas light come on, you know that you need to put some gas in your car before your ass be walking. This is the gas light. You seeing these things come to pass, you know? You're going to hear wars and rumors of wars and these things and all these perplexities and calamities of these nations, you know? The end is not yet, but basically it's coming real soon. Lift up your head for salvation is nigh, you know? It's time to get right, lock in, put that bullshit down, you know, and hey, push harder and harder. These things are coming to pass because basically the works the men of the Lord have been doing on the highways and the byways, you know, putting up those prayers, crying out to the Father, you know, sighing and crying for the abominations thereof, and what? The Most High is answering our prayers. He's coming and bringing us our deliverance, all right? This is the deliverance that you're seeing. Esau, your so-called captive, like the person that's got you in captivity, he is falling right before your eyes, and you ain't have to lift up no hand towards his ass yet, you know? All his infrastructure, his calamities, his country, his number one rulership, all that's being, like some of these niggas and jakes be saying, oh, you done tried my gangster, you tested my gangster. Yeah, these Edomites is getting their gangster tried for real, for real. They getting their cars pulled. They showing up like straight bitch-made ass niggas at this point in time, you know? And to whom? To the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. They can't fight with the Most High. All right, and when Yahweh Shah come back, it's really going to be on. But as you see how the Most High is doing these works right now, you know, bringing them over to the Valley of Jehoshaphat, and, you know, Donald Trump, with they pride and shit, you being brought into a goddamn, you getting caught into your own snare, into your own trick bag, bruh. You getting sucked into something you ain't going to be able to get your ass up out of, and you don't realize that this is just the demise, your demise right now. You know, every step that you take, you getting further and further in the damn pit, and you don't realize it yet, you know. The whole world is seeing the atrocities you've been causing, you know. The whole world know about your history and how you invaded and pillaged every country on the planet Earth and then enslaved everybody, or enslaved the Israelites and oppressed everybody else on the planet Earth. And they see what you're doing now. You done bombed and took over every damn place on the Earth. And the last little bit, a couple spots left, and the people you ain't killed and displaced and stuff like that, you trying to push up on them. And now everybody else is banding together to get rid of your ass because can't nobody else breathe with your ass in the room, you know. So you see the downfall of your enemy right before your eyes. You know, these things is happening, you know. This is that time that we've all been praying for and been begging and seeking for, you know. This is the end and the fall of Esau, the so-called white man, the devil, you know, your adversary. All right. With that, we're going to go ahead and close out. Lord willing, this you know, news update was edifying, you know, put you in the right direction. Keep your eyes open, watch the news and these things, you know. Watching the news sometimes gets very boring. They repeat the same stupid ass stories about nothing here and there. But every once in a while, a little jewel will slip by, and then boom, there you go. You know, so you gotta, you know, be patient and watch these things, you know, and just keep your eyes peeled, you know. With that, I say, call halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Double honor to the apostles and the elders, the great millstone that taught me the truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you out there pushing this truth and sincerity in the four corners of the earth. Stay strong. Shalom.